He stood beneath drumming skies, notes of rain like whispered secrets. Each droplet spoke of life's flow, yet he awaited someone to still the storm. He noticed her before she noticed him, a flash of cherry pink against gray skies. She moved like a promise through the downpour. When their eyes met, the world paused. He stopped. The rain slowed, not ceased, just hesitated. Each drop hung in the air a fraction longer, like breath caught between moments. Their eyes met. There was no recognition, no words, just the strange quiet that followed. It was as though the world held its breath, waiting, yet nothing stirred. The rain seemed to thicken, caught in the space between them. She took a step forward. The world did not move with her. It lingered. But before Lee Min-ho could react, the rain picked up its pace again, a soft rush that carried her away into the mist, vanishing like a dream from the edge of his reach. Lee Min-ho returned to that same spot, storm after storm, hoping to glimpse the girl who had slipped away like vapor between his fingers. He would stand beneath the ancient tree at the heart of the village, its branches heavy with memories and rain, eyes searching through mist and shadows. Each time, he felt a faint presence, like echoes of footsteps left behind by someone just beyond his vision. Sometimes the rain hovered uncertainly again, caught in brief hesitation, as though longing to repeat the miracle. Centuries later, yet impossibly close, Park Ji-eun moved through the same village paths, driven by an unfamiliar feeling, a pull towards something or someone unknown. She walked slowly, her fingers brushing droplets suspended midair. Her heart quickened. It was as if the rain itself held a message, whispering secrets she couldn't quite decipher. She paused, standing beneath the same ancient tree. A peculiar warmth enveloped her despite the chill, and in that suspended rain, she imagined another's breath mingling softly with her own. But before she could understand, the rain resumed, washing the vision away. Ji-eun was left alone beneath the gray skies, yet certain. Someone else waited there, lost within the timeless dance of the falling rain. Days blurred into weeks, storms into seasons, yet Lee Min-ho kept returning. Each rainfall became an unspoken promise, a chance that today might be different. He lingered beneath the sacred tree, watching droplets tremble at the edges of his vision, always reaching, never connecting. On a distant day in her own time, Ji-eun traced the same path to the clearing. She moved slowly now, no longer merely curious, but compelled by a mysterious yearning. Her heart quickened with expectation every time droplets hung uncertainly in the air, as though waiting to reveal something profound. Then, one evening, beneath skies that rumbled gently in warning, their worlds brushed closer than ever before. As Min-ho raised his hand, the rain slowed instantly, droplets crystallizing around him. At that precise moment, centuries later, or perhaps simultaneously, Ji-eun mirrored his gesture, her fingers outstretched, eyes closed, sensing him vividly across the veil of time. Their hands hovered in identical poses, aligned perfectly, yet separated by invisible centuries. Rain gathered silently around their fingertips, forming delicate beads of suspended hope. Min-ho's breath caught, feeling as if another's heartbeat echoed within his own chest. Ji-eun opened her eyes slowly, startled by the presence she felt but could not see. "I know you're there," Ji-eun whispered to no one and everyone, voice trembling with quiet certainty. The rain trembled slightly, almost responding to her words, before resuming softly, washing the moment away. Yet each stood frozen, hearts racing, more certain than ever that the distance between them was thinning, and destiny waited just beyond the rain's gentle veil. The rains intensified, and the village seemed suspended in endless twilight. Min-ho felt the change distinctly. Something momentous hung just beyond his vision, like a whisper he strained to hear. Today, beneath heavy clouds and softly murmuring rain, he returned once again to the sacred tree, heart quickened with anticipation. Ji-eun walked forward cautiously, her steps guided by an unseen hand. The familiar weight of rain slowed around her, droplets halting, suspended like tiny diamonds. This time, however, felt different, more immediate, more tangible. At the same exact spot, centuries collapsed into a single moment. The storm paused completely, as if the world itself hesitated. Min-ho lifted his gaze slowly, and before him, clearly visible through the gently floating drops, stood Ji-eun, her cherry pink hanbok vivid, eyes wide with wonder. She saw him as clearly as he saw her, her breath a mist in the suspended moment. Min-ho stepped forward slowly, as though testing reality itself. Ji-eun mirrored him exactly, matching step for step. Time stretched, held captive by their shared longing, until only inches separated them. Their fingertips met, just the barest brush, yet it sent a shiver through both. Warmth bloomed where cold rain had touched, and then, as quickly as the moment came, it slipped away. The suspended raindrops collapsed, and the skies reclaimed their rhythm. The rain rushed between them, parting their hands, scattering their breath, but the touch remained, carved into their memory like stone softened by centuries of rain. The aftermath of their near connection left them quieter, still but restless. Min-ho sat beneath the ancient tree again, this time not to wait, but to remember. He opened his leather-bound journal and began to sketch. He didn't know her name, but her face had lived in his thoughts long before they met, maybe always. In her time, Ji-eun wandered the same paths, the same clearing that now felt older, deeper. Sometimes she swore she could feel footprints left behind, ones that weren't hers. She no longer doubted what she had seen. They both felt something had been interrupted. They just didn't know if it would return. The skies stayed dry for days, then weeks. Min-ho turned to scrolls, old maps, forgotten rainfall logs. He looked for rhythm, for signs, for anything. He found whispers, accounts of ghosts seen in rain, of moments when time grew still. Ji-eun searched her father's records, tracing strange patterns of weather and dreams passed down in stories. A traveler's diary hinted at it. I swear the rain paused midair. I thought I saw someone I lost years ago. The clues were scattered, but together they painted a quiet truth. The rain was not just rain, it was memory. It was a door. And doors, they realized, do not open often, but when they do so for a reason. The sky darkened again. Twilight settled over the village like a held breath. Min-ho stood alone in the clearing, soaked in golden light and the first hints of falling rain. He didn't move, he didn't search, he simply waited. From the other side of the tree, Ji-eun stepped into view. She didn't run, she didn't hesitate. The rain slowed, but this time it didn't stop. It shimmered, soft, warm, flowing like silk around them. Time didn't break. It opened. They reached each other slowly, reverently, as if moving through a dream made real. No sudden magic, no final test, just them. He reached up, brushing a raindrop from her cheek, fingers lingering just a moment longer than necessary. No words, just breath, just the rain. And then slowly, without fear, they leaned in. Their foreheads touched first, a pause, then at last their lips met. Not rushed, not desperate, just right. A kiss that felt like time itself had given in, and the rain kept falling, soft and endless, as if the world finally approved.